Okay, welcome back. It's time of the video, and I'm applying the Formica to this cabinet right now. It's the Virtual Boy cabinet I'm working on, and so what you're seeing here, this is the actual rubber cement I'm using. So you just roll it on with a nice foam roller. You could use a paintbrush. I prefer a foam roller. The sun's pretty intense. I hope this will come out all right. I get an even coat over the whole cabinet. Now I'm using gel formulation right now. It actually makes it a lot easier. There's a more liquid version out there as well you can use. Okay, I'm going to need some more. So this is the stuff right here. Weld wood. Get it at Walmart. Trying to work a little quickly here just because the sun is pretty strong. Okay, so I got the piece on. I'm using a J roller to apply pressure. Get this nice and firm. See, I'm getting close to the edge there. You want to be careful. Put this on, you only get one chance to get it on square. So you want to make sure you get it on right. I have a tiny bit at the top that I misaligned it on, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just a tiny little sanding. We're talking like a 32nd of an inch that's exposed. So it's not like it's a big deal. Between putting the TMolding on, a little bit of sanding, you won't even be able to see it. So that's rolled. Now I'm going to get my router bit. I'm going to router the cabinet out. Okay, now I'm ready to router the cabinet out. Here's my router right here. And you can see there's a bearing exposed. This is a bottom bearing flush cut bit. And what this does is if you have something, essentially what you can use this for is for trimming things off that are larger than the thing that's underneath it. It'll make it cut exactly the same shape as the object underneath it. Or you could copy things that way too. The other type of one, which you use if you're cutting the other way, is a bottom bearing flush cut bit. And you know, I've used both of these for different things, depending if the thing on the bottom is the thing you want to trim or the thing on the top is. So they do sell ones with a bearing on the top and the bottom too now, which is great to have. It saves you some money. But anyway, so I'm just going to take my router here now. Don't do what I'm doing. My router the switch went bad on it, and rather buy a new router, I just made it so that it runs when it's plugged in. It's very unsafe. So I'm going to plug it in now. Whew. There you go. It's cut out. That's how you cut out the Formica. Okay guys, what I'm doing now is I'm cutting the slot for the TMolding, and for doing that I'm using my router again, but this time I'm using a tri-wing blade. And you'll see right there it's just a blade, and it's got a bearing which keeps it from cutting fully to the depth of the change the bearing size, you change the depth of the cut. But anyway, so here it is, and let's see if can you see this. It's pretty. Anyway, so this is, when I'm measuring this comes out to 13 millimeters. So then I set it for around 6 there. Wait a minute. There's 6 millimeters. That's half. You see it comes right about to the center of that. So that's where I set it for. And I'm just going to cut the whole cabinet all the way around with this. And got to be really careful you don't go crazy on this one, because you can really mess a cabinet out with a tri-wing blade. So take your time, go slow. Okay, so I'm completely covered with black and everything now, so filthy. Don't hold it against me. It's not like I have a hole in my sock. I don't know if that was the wood, the blade getting so hot that it was making the wood burn, or if the bearing seized up. Whew! But I was breathing in some smoke there. Alright, so the groove is cut. Pretty good there, it looks good. Jumped ahead a couple places I was worried about, but it seemed to be just fine. We're good. Alright, I just got to do the same thing to the other side, which I'm not going to record. Okay, so I got the slot cut on this, and now I'm going to add the TMolding to the cabinet. One of the things I haven't decided yet is that this TMolding is slightly wider than the cabinet. The cabinet is, with the Formica on, is 13 millimeters wide, and it's 15 millimeters wide. I mean, the cabinet's 13 and the TMolding's 15. So you got a millimeter on either side. Now, let's see, I'm just curious as to... Yeah, so actually the Formica is one... Ouch, got a sliver there. The Formica is 1 millimeter thick. So if actually I put Formica on both sides, let's say I did black Formica on the inside and red Formica on the outside, it would be the exact width of the cabinet. I mean, of the molding. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to do in these cabinets. But let's just give this a little try here. Doesn't make any difference once I put this on. I'm going to leave a little overhang. You want to start with a really clean cloth and a mallet. And let's see here. I'm not sure how I feel about the white. We'll see when we're done. I think it'll be fine once we're done. This is a little bit more authentic to do it like this. I can't really find black anyways. Not true flat. That's what there's going to be different colors for these, so. Alright. Okay, so I've got the cabinet together now. All the T-molding's installed, and looks pretty good. Just got to take a few spots and just, got my fingerprints on. Just got to get those off. Right in there. See inside the cabinet. Got the buckle for the control panel. Right there, we can buckle it. I don't have it screwed down right now, so the screws are just in there loosely. So yeah, there it is. All together. Now I just need to put the rest of the stuff on it. I got a lot of yard work left to do too, so. Anyways,